if you're feeling lost, then this video could very much help. Now, regardless of what you believe of reality, I think we can all agree that we go through our physical world encountering physical objects, living beings, trees that do have life and do have energy and do have will, because otherwise how would they grow and why would they grow, especially with the way we treat nature. And also going through life and seeing other animals and human beings who inhabit a physical body. Now, it's a truth that we can't deny, that we have a physical body, but there's also another truth. And now, whether or not you're aware of this truth or not, we're about to explore it. And the other truth is that there is a energy, a soul, a consciousness, a personality, or a face which inhabits this physical body, okay? And now, in inhabiting this physical body, we have singular identity. I am James. I am, usually if you're aware of this or not, I am is in capital letters because that is stating the oneness, right, that connects all of us, that connects all human beings, all animals and nature. And then what comes after the I am is the singularity. It is the individual, it's the separation, it's the, or in quotes, separation, it's the individualization of what we are, okay? In regards to I am James, and my dear brother Lucas is getting a shout out here, I am Lucas, okay? He is separate from me and we interact outside of each other, but naturally we are one and the same, as much as the person who's watching this video is me, etc., etc. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what has this got to do with feeling lost? Well, if we can accept that individualization is about experience, okay, me becoming James, me becoming I am James is about experience. It's about me having an experience. Now, because I am all that is, God, universe, all that is, unity, oneness, totality of creation, the one, because I am that intrinsically, if I was to come here knowing that, I wouldn't be having a very authentic experience. And so in order to come here and experience things in their purest form, I had to forget, as did you. And so in forgetting, we have the beautiful opportunity to remember. Now I have a dear soul sister of mine, and if she watches this video, she'll know who it is. And she told me of a beautiful story that I'm yet to actually watch or read. And it's about all that is, God, universe, all that is, oneness. And it's all perfect harmony and beauty. It's all connection. There's no hatred, no darkness, no shadows. It's just oneness. And for those of you that might be triggered by that, yes, it's the integration of all. Okay, so yes, that would be shadows and darkness. And in that allness dropped a soul. And that soul turned to all that is and said, I would love to be separate from you, but learn how to be who you are and how to individualize what you are in my own personal experience. And that beautiful all oneness turned and says, well, you can't, because here it's all love and connection and we are one and in unity. And so another soul dropped down and said, I'll help you. I'll help you to learn and experience what it means to be all that is and to remember that truth. And he said, or they said, or she said, but I'll hurt you in the process, because in hurting you, I'll help you to forgive. In hurting you, I'll help you to understand what you do and what you don't want. In hurting you, I'll help you to know who you truly are. Okay? And so I may have butchered that story a little bit because, as I say, I haven't read it yet. But I do love that, because what that means is that when you look at your life, and now here we're getting to the personal stuff, the reason for this video. When you look at your life and the reason why you've suffered, why you've endured limitation, why you've endured poverty or pain or misery or confusion or anything else that may have been unpleasant, the only, to me at least, the only way that you can truly empower yourself is by understanding that this is just an experience. A very real one. The physical senses, feeling, sight, taste, touch, hearing, the physical senses make it real. If you've ever watched The Matrix, this might, a few scenes might help you to understand this. It makes it real. But the truth is that beyond that, it's not. It's only a game. It's only an solidified light. It's only light which makes this reality what it is. And so the more you come to ask yourself the right questions, so I'd like you to pay attention to what I'm saying here. The more you ask yourself the right questions, the more you understand the reason for your life, the purpose of your life, the reason for your experiences, the purpose of your experiences, and ultimately you will find yourself. In understanding, you find yourself. When you understand, you discover, and discovering helps you to not feel lost. I know why I've gone through suffering in my life, because it's made me who I am. And in making me who I am, it's encouraged me to do this video. And if this video helps one person, it's made it all worth it. You get it? All the suffering, all the pain, all the loneliness, all the misery, all the depression, all the etc., etc. If it helps one person to come to joy and happiness, or realization, or an epiphany, it's all worth it. And now, if your situation is difficult in regards to understanding why, and you might be in a position where you feel very defeated, or suffering, or not knowing, it might be hard to be like, well, I don't feel that if I was to help one person it would make it worth it. It's all been shit, for a better sense of the word. However, if you can keep going, asking the right questions, continue your path of understanding, continue your path of seeking, I truly believe that you will come to a point in your life when it does make it worth it. Because again, it's about remembering, okay? Like, I am a soul in this physical body. You see a nose and eyes and a head and a moving animated body, but you don't see what's within me. You don't see what animates me. You don't see what I truly am. And what I truly am is light. I am truly oneness. I am truly in connection and in divinity with you and everything that's around me. It doesn't mean that I don't experience a human experience. Of course I do. But beyond that, when I die, I'll go straight back to all that is, and either choose to go on another experiential journey or sit in bliss for a while, The choice is mine, ultimately, as is the choice for you. Now, one final thing as I close off this very nuanced element of this story. We could go on about this for hours. One final thing I'd like to share is that there is the external world and there is the internal world, okay? I see this camera I'm speaking to, but I'm thinking in my mind. I'm feeling in my heart. It's within me. I'm not feeling over there. I'm not feeling in the tree behind me. I'm not thinking in the leaf over there. I'm thinking here in my pineal gland. I'm thinking in my heart. And so it's within. Now, the world and those who seek to control those within the world have cleverly designed the systems in our world to make it so that you are not focused internally, but instead are focused externally. Fear makes you think outside of yourself. Anxiety makes you think outside of yourself, although you might think that's a little bit off, and perhaps you're correct. Yes, it's an internal feeling, but it's focused externally, or it's focused in the future, it's focused in the past. The greatest thing you can do for yourself is pick up moments of present awareness. And in those present awareness, nurture a feeling state, okay? Nurture feeling happy. At this point in my journey, I can feel miserable, pissed off and upset and angry, but I can still go within, breathe, take the time to foster a feeling state. I can still do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. And that's the ultimate truth of it. Whether you agree with that or not doesn't matter. If I can do it, you can. And so your internal state is the place where you make change. You've heard it from 1,000 other people at this point in 2025. 8 or 9 years ago, there are a lot of people talking about it. I mean, there have been for many years, but now there's lots and lots of people talking about it. Your internal state of being is what changes the external state. It's just as simple as that, right? So if you're so desperate to change your outer world, you have to start within. Your belief systems, what you believe about yourself. You know, if I was to sit here and be like I'm worthless and ugly and nobody loves me, nobody's going to love me. Not only by the reflection, but that energy is just, you're going to find it hard to find. You will find people who will love you. That's a part of the nature of our world. But you're going to make it hard, you know. So I choose. I know I'm loved. I know I am because I love myself. I love who I am. I'm a good man. I seek to do good in the world. I seek to be good. I seek to think good. I seek to love and nurture. I don't want to hurt people. That's not a part of who I am. I don't care about that. It's not it's not something I'm interested in. And so by osmosis, for me to be loved becomes easier. You know, it's just the way our world works. It's the mechanism. So if you're feeling lost, understand who you are and what you are. Understand the physical nature of our world. Understand the purpose of our world. And seek to change from within. If you're constantly thinking and focusing on misery, that's a part of understanding. But if you stay there, it's all you will find. Truthfully, it's all you'll find. I've been there in my life. If all I thought was misery, it's all I got. So I had to change. And that's a part of self-empowerment. It's a part of remembering that I'm all that is God, the universe, oneness, completeness, truth. It's a part of understanding that I am at one with all of the things around me. Humbly, humbly. I have no interest in the egotistical side of things. If I was to live in a forest for the rest of my life, so be it. I don't need fame or fortune. Well, I certainly need fortune because we want to restore this world, buy all the land, give it back to nature and the people, and live in harmony and oneness. That's a part of it. But, the ego is all about our separate selves. And the disillusion, in quotes, of the ego is simply a recognition that nobody is above or below you, and that all things have value, and that all things have a purpose. And it's a tricky one. That's really starting to ascend beyond the five senses and the human experience. But ultimately, you have an identity. Be an identity in the world, as long as you remember that all things have value, people, animals, nature, and that you are at one with it all. So, if you feel lost, you're just a moment from being found. And if you feel lost, ask yourself the right questions. And that's an internal thing. So if you're wondering how you foster your internal world, ask yourself the right questions. I'm destined for extreme wealth, not so that I can buy fancy materialistic things, but so I can get land with my brothers and sisters and loved ones, and so that I can do what it is that I'm here to do. Restore this world back to the beautiful recognition that we are all one. And when we do that, we start to tap into the abilities that you would imagine a creator would have. Simple as that. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching to the end. If you do feel lost and you're not sure where to start, I do offer coaching sessions. You can start with a discovery call, which is very inexpensive, and we can have a good old chat, decide what it is your goals would like to be, or you could have a guided reading with me. I have some beautiful sacred path cards I've used for many years, and so if you'd like to do that, feel free to get in touch. But in any other case, I hope you have a beautiful day. Feel free to share or comment or like down below. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.